Hi. So I wanted to share something with you. This week has been extremely difficult emotionally for me. It was an overload of problems, personal problems. Some had to do with my child as well. Some were other. I'm not going to get into detail what the problems were, but this week was an overload of problems and an emotional roller coaster. And I was faced with having to practice what I preach. So after realizing that, okay, I need to settle my mind. I need to settle these emotions. I dressed warmly and I went for a walk. And I did step by step what I always tell you to do. So first, I just went for a walk and I allowed the emotions to just be. I noticed the emotions and I just allowed them. I cried. I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt all the emotions. I just allowed myself to notice and feel them. And then I took a step back and I thought, okay, now I'm going to just allow them to settle. Allow the emotions to settle. And so I just carried on walking, carried on breathing in that lovely, fresh, crisp air. And I just allowed those emotions to slowly, slowly, slowly settle. And then after I felt that the emotions were settling, and I realized that they were settling because from feeling all that anger and crying and all those emotions, suddenly I felt a little smile coming on my face, impulsively. It wasn't, forced. It was just a smile started. And I thought, okay, so the emotions have gone. Now I'm noticing. And then all of a sudden, as I allowed the emotions to start settling, and I took my deep breaths, I just felt a sense of relief and a sense of happiness all of a sudden. I hadn't solved my problems, don't get me wrong, they were still there, they were, still had to be dealt with. But all of a sudden, I felt more empowered, I felt more ready, I felt more able to deal with them without the overload of emotions. I felt more ready to deal with them. And I came back from my walk with a big smile on my face. And I sat down and I started to, okay, deal with each situation for what it was, and one by one at a time, one thing at a time. And slowly, slowly, things were just happening and it was just getting done. And I really wanted to share that with you because I'm always sitting on the other side of the camera and telling you, right, we need to do this and this and this. And it was a chance that for me that I had to apply and practice what I preach. And it was so amazing how instantly I felt the benefits of being mindful. I felt the benefits instantly. So on one minute I was feeling all this overload of emotions and anger and all that, and then on the other side, and then 20 minutes later, I was feeling so much calmer and so much more prepared and able to deal with whatever it is I had to deal with. So please remember to stop, take a step back, notice your emotions, allow yourself to feel them, and then allow them to settle, and then face what it is, the challenges that you have to face them one by one and for what they are. And always see what you can learn from them, because I had lessons to learn too. When I went to bed at night, I thought, okay, what can I learn from what has happened this week? What can I learn? And I realized that from some of the things that had happened that I could learn from, I realized that I can become better at this and this and this. I realized that I can become stronger here and here and here. So I realized where my weaknesses were, and I can help myself. I can help myself become even better at the things that I do, at the way I cope and deal with things. So yeah, lessons to be learned everywhere, even in the tough times. I really, really hope that by sharing this vulnerable moment with you, that I can help you realize that it just took 20 minutes to help myself feel so much more able and prepared to cope and deal with whatever it is I had to deal with. So as always, with lots of love and my Valentine's tree in the background, ready for Valentine's, lots and lots of love and kisses. Bye from me.